Right, this is the first signal today. Two inches, really small, just under the surface. Before I dig it up, don't worry, I will be doing other things, going to other places, and I've got a few ideas for over the winter, something a bit different, but I'm just doing this field as much as I can before the winter because it's such a good field. So don't worry, don't get bored, I will be going other places. Just thought I'd get that in. Anyway, let's see what this could be. This is probably going to be a piece of lead. Still under there, wait, is that it? Nah. Absolutely filthy today. Had a lot of rain. I think it's this thing, oh, whoa. A lead tube. I thought that was a gigantic mini ball there. That would have been good. Aye, a piece of lead pipe, I think. Yeah, nothing special there, never mind. Right, there is something somewhere in there, and while I was looking for it, I just found this stone. That isn't, it's not made of metal, but it looks like it's been shaped. If that's just a random occurrence, that is a fluke, isn't it? Strange. Anyway, let's see what this is. Oh, there it is. What's that? Oh. A small disc. Oh, is that a bag seal? It's got a tiny little hole at the top, which I'm guessing is where they would have attached it, but I think that's a blank one. Oh no, it's not. It's just... That's very, very faint. I'll have to... VA5? Nah. Again, it's been a while since I get a bag seal, so that's good. And that's a very nice one. It's faded, but it's in perfect condition, so I'll clean that and see if I can get some information off it. Oh, third signal looks like a bag seal to me. Fantastic. What a day so far. I might have to just call it quits already, just to end on a good note. That's definitely a bag seal. Oh, I don't think I'll get much off of this one. I still need to clean up the other one, so I'll put these both together in the same photograph, but yeah, there's not much on there, I'm afraid. And the fourth signal is a button. And by the way, if any of you collect buttons, feel free to leave a comment. Don't email that email address because I haven't checked it one single time. Leave a comment, I'll contact you and you can have these buttons. I've got hundreds of them and I'm not particularly attached to them. There we go. Not bad at all. Does look like a bullet. Not a mini ball. I think a bullet. The only thing putting me off is the fact that the base is white, as if it's made of, and it's not very heavy. Is that made of china or plastic or something? Aye, that's not a bullet, is it? What's that? Everything's so muddy that I can't actually clean it up very well. Right, okay, I don't actually know what that is. I mean, it's certainly shaped like a bullet, but it's not very heavy, and it's got a white base. Right, here's an interesting looking thing. That looks ring shaped. Oh man, imagine that's a ring. It's probably a washer. And everything's so caked in chocolate I can't make anything out. Is that a ring? Wow, let's hope so. I'm not actually sure. I can't see anything apart from mud, unfortunately. Is that a ring? How do you tell? I suppose if you can't tell, then yeah, it's a ring. It's not made of gold though, is it? So... Right, I don't know how, but I'm going to have to try and clean this a bit better. And I'll come back in a second. That could be a nice little brass, bronze ring or something. Right, I'm not sure. Should I get excited about this or not? It may be copper. It has a slight green tint to it. That could be a copper ring, wedding band or something, I don't know. There's no stone or anything like that, and there are no initials anywhere or anything. But it fits perfectly on a finger, and it doesn't have a thread, like I say, so that may well be my first ring. Oh, I'm a bit conflicted. I don't know if I should be ecstatic or if I'll be getting happy over a metal washer. I'm not sure. Another lead tube. God knows what that's from. I swear we're all getting lead poisoning from our food. We must be. But anyway, there we go. Piece of lead tube, I think. I just found this and I can't tell if that's a hair clip. It's got two prongs there. They look like it's just one thing. There is a gap, but they've been squashed together. It could be a money clip or... yeah, a hair clip or something. I'm not sure. Maybe the girls can shed some light on that. I just found this on the surface. That's really nice. It's got an address on it, and the address is 533 Oxford Street, London. And I'm not sure what that would have said. RHE something. It's broken, so that's a shame. Right, look at this little thing. I'll give you a second to see if you can guess what that is, and then I'll tell you what I think it is. That is a little train carriage. You can see the wheels, the windows. It's a little train carriage, that is. And it's on, aye, that is fantastic. Now I wonder if there's any more in here. I'll have to have a good look about, but yep, that's what I'm guessing, a toy train carriage. It is, isn't it? That's fantastic. It must have been on a little rail or something like that, I'm not sure, but yep, I'm going with a train carriage from a toy. Fantastic. You just never know. You never know what you're going to find. Not entirely sure what that is. It looks like the thing that goes on the top of a telephone pole. Telegraph. The top of a telephone pole or something. Or maybe something out of an engine. I think I've found about 3 of these over the years. All missing their legs and head and arms. Just the body of a person. And everybody back in the day must have had the exact same furniture and ornaments. All their cutlery was blue and white. Their teapots were all the same. They all had one of these. It must have just been like going into a cloned house when you went into your neighbours. But anyway. Oh man. Is it that tiny smidgen of lead? Oh, sorry, I'll have to clean this because it's too caked in mud. But I think it's just a piece of lead or a stone or something. Oh wow, well worth the wait for that. Right, I don't think this has happened before. I get two things out of the one hole. Found a question mark and this lead thing that looks like it's shaped like a bullet, but I don't think it is because the shape is wrong at the bottom. It's too rounded. I'm not sure what they would have used that for. Is that even? Ah, it is, it's lead, I think. I think there's an interesting little thing. Where is it? Oh, hold on, I've lost it. Oh man. Oh, that's typical. Hold on a sec. It's in here, and that's it. I saw just that little bit there. Is it a musket ball? It is. Is it? I think it is, yes. Oh, brilliant. I was just thinking to myself, I haven't found many here. And there we go. Yep, it's not pear-shaped like that other thing. That's a musket ball. Fantastic, I like these, as you know. That's in good condition, actually. I was just thinking about that. Right, I'm going to think about gold coins now. See if one of them pops up. Right. I don't know what this is, but to me that looks like a musket ball that's been put on top of a pedestal or something so that you can sit and admire it. I'm going to guess that's the top of a railing or something. Maybe off a handrail or something like that. Right, another disc shaped thing that looks awfully like a bag seal. Or maybe, no, maybe not. Not that. Looks like it has a cross on it. Right, hold on, I'll have to... Yeah, I'll have to go away and clean this and come back in a second because that's not a bag seal. Right, it looks really interesting, but I think that's just a nut. Or I don't know, some sort of thing to tighten things. You just kid on, that's a religious sort of... In fact, that looks like the Batman symbol. Either way, I don't think that's anything interesting. Right, I don't know what that is. It looks like a gigantic musket ball, or maybe grape shot or something, but it's very light. I think too light for that. But it's weird, it's about the size of my head. If that was heavier, I would say definitely something that gets fired out a barrel, but it's very light. Oh, there we go, I think it's hollow at the bottom there. Aye, that's probably the top of the top of a banister or a railing or something like that maybe. Or a tiny, tiny little cauldron. Man, I'm getting fed up of saying it, but again, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have a clue. Hey, that's a good one, I think. That sounds good. 4 inches under here. Oh. Right, it's in there somewhere. Oh, that's it. You just be the very last handful that I'd get. Right, it's in this little heap. You really can't see anything, everything's caked. Oh, there it is there. What's that? Is that a button? Oh, I can see a little bit of brass. Or gold. Could be gold. I'm going to go with brass. I think that's a brass button. Yes, it is one of those buttons. And I've found a couple of these before and I'm still not sure why they did this. The outside is blank. So the bit of the button that would face the world is blank and the inside has a design on it and a pattern. But that faces inward towards your chest. Nobody's going to see that. Why? I can't figure that one out. Seems really Irish to me. Put a design and the colouring and all the good stuff on the bit that nobody's ever going to see. I'm sure there was a reason, but I'm not sure what it is. Here it is there. So that's the inside. The outside just has a green, was it a patina? Which I thought was a musical instrument, but that's the green colour. Right, this is sounding... sounds really good. Maybe. Let's just get as much filth out as I can. Too easy. As soon as this field is done and all the other fields are out of action, I'm going to be back to struggling. Don't you let me down, Gary Garrett. Oh, first handful. This looks like it. Is that a thimble? That's not a is that a thimble? That would be too lucky, 2 thimbles in the same field. I think this is just a hollow tube. But I could easily be wrong, so again I'll have to clean this up a bit. Doesn't matter for you though, because the clip just ends and then you come right back again. But give me a few minutes. It's just a tube of metal. Not a clue what that is. Right, that is either the smallest button known to man, or it's a tiddlywink, a metal tiddlywink, if you remember those. It's got nothing on it, not even a little loop thing. It seems totally pointless. What is that going to keep together? No wonder it popped off. Right, that's more like it. That's a more normal sized button. And it has what, there you go, it's got writing around it. I can't quite make it out as usual, but I'll have to DDIN. I'll clean it up a little bit, but I've got a feeling I won't get that much better than it already is. And I'm guessing because it's got writing that looks printed, looks machine made, it's probably not even that old. But what do I know, I'll clean that. If I don't come back with this cleaned up, there was nothing to see. Is that a small doorknob or a handle off a cupboard, or maybe the top of a jar, some such thing like that. Right, I know it's broken, but I'm going to see if I can get this. Hold on, if I throw it like this. Nah, never mind. I don't know if that's another handle from a drawer or if that's a candle stick holder or something totally different, don't know. But I think there's maybe another day or two of this field left before I've pretty much covered it all. And there's more that I can do, but during the winter when it's a bit tricky to do the fields, if there's anything you want to see me do, leave a comment and I'll do it, because other than maybe doing a bit of bottle digging and going into the woods, I'll be limited, so any suggestions welcome, and I'll try my best to do it, within reason obviously. I don't know, if you remember that pear-shaped blob of lead that I found a couple of videos ago with the ridges around it, it looks similar to that. It's got nothing on the bottom and it looks a bit out of shape. I mean, it looks like a witch's hat or a Smurf's hat or something like that, but it's obviously been used for something. They've gone to the trouble of putting ridges around it, so I don't know. I mean, it's always nice to find lead that was used, but what for? I don't have a clue. I think I need to take a trip to the museum soon. Right, I've already looked at this, and all I can describe it as is, if you remember a couple of videos ago I thought I'd found a pawn from a chess game and it turned out to be a seal matrix. Well, this does look like a pawn, but now I'm wondering if that is another one of the seal matrices, just a slightly bigger one, because the last one was very small. You can't see the shape because it's too muddy. Let me clean this up. This is either, I mean, at first I thought that was a cannon barrel. Yeah, that could be another one of those stamps, or it could actually be a pawn. Let me get my wee towel out and give this a clean. Oh, that looks interesting, whatever it is. I'll come back in some better light and a cleaned up thing, and I'll come back in a sec. Right, there it is, cleaned up a little bit. I'll be delighted if that's another one of those matrices, because that would be a set, a small one and a big one. And it looks very, very similar. A picture of this will do it a bit more justice. You can't see. There we go. Wow. Hopefully the picture shows how green this is.